No more jump scares, alright? Ah! That still honestly has to be one of my top, like, 10 favorite moments on stream. Like, no, not top 5, honestly. But anyways, hi, Samp, Nuru, long time no see. Wow, my floorboard is so loose, what the? Oh, that's bad news, bears. Okay, anyways, how you guys doing? Long time no see. How the kids now? Kids are like 30 now. They grow up so fast. Oh my god. And yet you don't look a day over 20. Wait, what? I'm doing alright myself. First burst. Did the game end? Did you guys lose? Did Fiora just walk into base and murder you and take your Why is it always a Fiora dude, honestly? No, you can't ban Sampleton. That's not allowed. I'll ban you. No Banpleton out here. We lost. Not like this. Not like this. Your Sivir was smurfing it, dude. But alas, you know, obviously you guys didn't win because I wasn't there. Obviously. I win these. Not to brag or anything. Anyways. How you doing otherwise, Life Virus? Have you eaten dinner yet? Meow. Hey Gutson, hello. Hey Kevin, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to stream. What's up YouTube? It's yeah, okay, you had dinner, that's good. I haven't done my taxes yet though. Taxes schmaxes, you know, tax season ain't over yet, you know. You can do them now while you stream. Or while I stream. You can do them while I stream. They got Capone, they can get me. But do they really want to get you? Honestly, yes, you are a very hot topic. You're very desirable. What? Oh, wait a minute. Actually, hold up 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold up. I know everything just went very dark. Okay, there we go. Okay, Minorikawa got the bad ending. Who doesn't want to get me? So true, bestie. But you know what, Life Iris? I get you. Not many people do, but I do. So, no. Wait, time chart. So, we got the bad ending here because we chose to go to the demo. We shouldn't have gone to the demo. Okay, so we shouldn't go to the demo, otherwise we fucking burning hammer it. And bro, everybody getting got by burning hammer. I know, right? Let's go to Dogenzaka because we might go to Endo. Oh, I forgot to say we're back with Shibuya Scramble. No wonder. I really just went straight into it, didn't I? Don't tell Sampleton he's the jealous type. I don't know, Life Iris. I think you're kind of the jealous type. Ow! Oh, I just felt the weirdest pinching sensation in the back of my neck. Oh, guys, if I actually have a stroke on stream, please somebody call the hospital for me. Life Iris, you know my address, please. If I do pass out on stream, you'll call for 911, right? Oh, that was a weird pinch. But yeah, okay, back with Shibuya Scramble. So where we got the bad ending last time, is because we went to the Burning Hammer demo instead of going to check out Endo Electronics, and Endo Electronics is owned by Achi. And we're also looking for the gang, like Achi's old gang, so Achi's dad might be able to help us. Do you know these neighborhoods in Tokyo? I've heard of them. I think I've been to Dogenzaka before. I'll call them, don't worry. Thanks, Naru, but you don't know where I live. Do you know where I Is that you I see outside? Odo. Odo. Not Owo.
Hey, Lulu, how's it going? Kia ora. How you doing?
Hello, life alert? Yeah, please, guys. If I actually... Honestly, imagine dying on stream. Like, I would just hope someone can bail me out, honestly. Or not bail me out, I'm already dead. But, you know, call and come collect my corpse before I rot and smell really bad. Listen, I don't care if I'm dead, but to me, hygiene's really important, and I don't want to smell bad. In life or death. But you gotta tell me your new address totally for medical purposes and not so I can send you another box. I need to send you another box too, honestly. Ugh. I just haven't had time to go out to get candy. Ugh. Grr.
Lurk. Hey, honey badger. How you doing today, darling? Thank you for the lurk.
But with you out of the way, nobody left will stop me and Sampleton's love. I'm not in the way, though, am I? I'll dox Penguin Coco for some candy? No! Not like this. What kind of candy, though? You know, I can understand it. I wanted to say hi before going to bed. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you, Orson Ashley. Thank you for stopping by. Have a lovely evening yourself. But always a pleasure when people stop in, even if just for a moment, to say hello. I don't know, is she Sampleton? Wow, my god, you're literally codependent. You can't even decide if I'm in the way without me. Or without him. If Pengy dies on stream, someone clip it. You know, I would say, like, from that Kingdom Hearts stream, the one that I was like, no more jump scares, okay? Ah! That's top 5 moments. Me dying on stream would definitely be top 2 moments. Like... Alright, anyways. Oh, fuck. Okay, I still chose it. It was a bit of a hike, but maybe he should go to Dogenzaka and check out Endo Electronics. Yeah, that should give him what he needed to put together the Society of Surveillance piece. Okay, I'm heading out, and don't even think about doing anything else stupid while I'm gone. Got it? Minorikawa hustled out of the editing office, hoping Toyama would take his admonition to heart. No, I swear it's just you, baby. That's what they all say. What's the top moment? Probably when we were doing a Project Eva stream and everyone started fucking spamming Inklings out of their minds, and I actually thought it was gonna go insane. That was pretty funny. Yeah, you know, that was a classic. LOL classic, yeah. Who else remembers? You know what I was thinking actually? Because I was like, I really should do some more fun, like special streams again soon. Like, I should. And I was like, you know, what if we bring back some Project Diva? I have been itching to play a little recently, so keep your eyes peeled. Maybe a Project Diva stream on the horizon. However, I will say I have not played that game in about 5 months. Holy shit! I don't even know if I can tell X and Y apart anymore. But yeah. Diva. We'll see. Keeping it spicy, keeping everyone on their toes. Exiting the building, he hopped into the taxi that was waiting outside. Thanks for waiting. Oh, can you get me to Dogenzaka ASAP? So it's a good thing I asked the taxi to wait. Son of a bitch. Minorikawa bristled. I beg your pardon? A son of a bitch, you wanted to give a piece of your mind, sir. Was he waiting for you like you expected? Oh my god, why'd they turn on the sexy music? Oh yeah. And why'd they make like a spank sound? And I damn well did give him a piece of my mind too. Hehe, glad to hear it, sir. The taxi sped off. What the fuck? Imagine having Diva in your Twitch offline banner and then proceeding to never play it. Imagine still having Breath of the Wild in my offline banner. Oh my god, I have to update that banner, honestly. Minorikawa pulled out the proposal and looked it over again. Oops, hold on, give me 1 second. I need to adjust my the cable on my headset. 1 second. because it was all tangled up with my the PS4 controller cable. Alright. Minori pulled out the proposal and looked it over again. The idea for the surveillance story revolved around the claim that hidden cameras had been installed throughout Shibuya's shopping districts, upward of 500 of them. I love the taxi guy. He's so cool. He kind of pimpin', dude. Look at his sunglasses. Gotta love people who are dedicated to their jobs. I honestly, yes. It don't matter what you do in life, just give your 100%, honestly. Right? Or like that's what I already said, Sabish. Can't please anyone, can I? The cameras were managed by Daisuke Endo, the owner of Owner Electronics. I can't read. The owner of Endo Electronics, and chairman of the local downtown committee. One second. I'm just gonna unplug the PS4 controller, I think, and put it away. Wind up the cable and put it back on the shelf because it keeps getting like tangled onto the headset. Okay, that was Minori first mission then. He needed to get this guy's story. Scanning the side of the road, Minori finally spotted a rundown electronics shop. Splat, Breath of the Wild, and Diva on Stream Banner only plays one of them. Not for long. Listen. I'm sorry. What if I actually just changed my banner to something completely misleading? Like Genshin. We need to take Splat to the back of the shed. I mean, what? Cat ran over my keyboard. Splat 3 though. Fish sticks! Fish sticks! League and Genshin on stream banner. You know what? Honestly, the number of times that I've thought about, like, yo, what if when we play Clash, it would be fun to stream Clash. However, I'd have to, like, sorry, my hair is stuck in my headset. Imagine, like, Life Virus, imagine me telling all our homies, like, yo, call me, you guys gotta call me Pengy, though. I'm like, they'll be like, wah, and I'm like, I'm gonna call you guys by your internet names. They're gonna be like, wah. I mean, they won't be like, wah, but... See, the thing is, like... It's funny now because... just quick tangent, as we have, like, very weirdly romantic music playing in the background. It's so funny because Bird God will dox you so fast. Not if I dox him first! What? It's just funny because, like, early on in stream, like, I had, like, my name listed on my profile and on, like, Twitter and shit. And, like, I was like, I don't really mind. But then, like, I was like, ooh, honestly, like, it's weird because, like, Samp, like, I call you Samp now and you call me Pengy now. And, like, see, this is just what life has become. Because, like, it was just funny because, like, then there started being people who, like, weren't really regulars at stream. Like, people who come around stream or, like, I talk to outside of stream, too. I'm like, I don't really care what you call me. You want to use my name? You want to use Pengy? That's fine. But then there's, like, people that I'm just, like, I don't know. They come into stream every once in a while. Or, like, only once or twice. And they call me by my name. And I'm like, this is weird. Please don't call me by my name. I don't know you. Stop It's like the same principle as, like, yo, you never, like, if you're writing about someone, right? You won't be like, so this is when Barack said, and it's like, no, you'd be like, you'd call him fucking Obama, you know? Dude is leakier than a fucking faucet? This is true. He has kind of snitched on me before. It's okay, I snitch on him back. But I'll literally have to be like, alright guys, you guys have to call me Pengy, and I'm gonna call you, like, Bird God. Or I guess by their league name, I don't even know, but... Right? I probably don't even know your real name anymore. I don't even know your name anymore. But, like, Nuru, it's just funny, like, when you play League with, like, the gang, my friends that play League, too, it's just so funny that they, like, hearing them call, like, they asked me, like, yo, why do you call her Nuru? And I'm like, 'cause that's her name! Okay, shut the fuck up! despite also knowing your name. I thought Penguin Coco was your actual name. It is, but I actually prefer to be called, Penguin Coco is my real name, Pengy is my nickname. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it when people call me Penguin Coco. Don't use my real name. Call me Pengy. You know what I'm saying? They call me my IRL name and it throws me off. I don't mind it though. Because the thing is, like, so it just feels so weird telling like my IRL, like people I'm friends with, I mean, we're pals, but people like I've met in real life, and telling them like, oh yeah, you can call them Nuru sweats nervously. It's like, it just feels like almost weird too. But then also I'm like, yeah, but I don't even know. It's a whole debacle. What if I just called you 99 from now on? I mean, TBH, it took me a while to feel comfortable like calling Life Virus because, yeah. I don't know. I guess actually this is a question for like everyone though, for people that like do or don't stream. Do you like really like, how do you feel when people call you by your real name on the internet, honestly? Alright, I forgot we were playing a game out here. Right here is fine. The taxi stopped and Minori pulled a 10,000 yen bill from his wallet. Keep the change. What? Wow. Look, don't sweat it. The name's Minoru Minorikawa, and I'm a freelance writer. I care about two things, what's real and what's true. There's real worth to what you've done for me. And then there's a token of appreciation. It's not much, but please take it. Watch the taxi driver be like, but the fare is like, like 12,000 yen? Minorikawa slid out of the taxi and headed for the electronics store. You still call me my real name sometimes. Very, very accidentally. And it happens pretty infrequently, I think. It happens maybe 1 out of every 50 times. When you know someone in IRL are like more than just talking every now and then, it's weird to call someone by their internet name. I say your IRL name when I speak to people. Yeah, honestly, like, if you were to call me by my real name too, like, I don't really mind, like, because, like, Nero, we're pals. You send me threatening memes, and I into your lane when you go Senna, and I play your support. So, it's equal trade. But yeah, I don't know. It was just like with people like coming into stream like once or twice only, and just being like, LOL, like insert name here is so bad. They just missed that platform. I'm like, don't call me by my name, and also don't insult me like this. I guess I'm indifferent, but I find it funny when people go back and forth. Yeah, I remember one time actually, I think we were on Charlie's stream, I think, but I called you by your real name, and I felt, I don't know, it felt weird. But it does feel weird to go back and forth. Do it more. Penguin Docs Go. That's a good one. Penguin Docs So Go. Shouldn't it be Doxo Go? Doxo. Docs. Miss Penguin. Ooh. Don't call me. That's what they call my mother, okay? Don't call me my mother. Wow, we really went on a big tangent here. I'm so sorry. I'm like derailing us so badly from Shibuya Scramble. Inside Endo Electronics looked more like a mountain of hoarded junk than an actual business. Are they talking about my bedroom? Wait, my bedroom's not a business. Wait, no. Not like this. Towering piles of ancient appliances stretched toward the ceiling. Old television sets with dial knobs leaned against computers with 5-inch floppy drives. Okay, no floppy disks. Listen, I meant it as in my room is just hoarded, a mountain of hoarded junk. Okay, it's... What possible use could there be for all this outdated stuff? Mr. Endo, are you in there? Minorikawa called out. Nobody came to greet him. The shop was definitely open, though. Surely the proprietor hadn't left it unattended. Hey, Endo-san! Come on, I know you're in there. Also, I'm like playing with a keychain, so if you guys hear like metal clacking in the background, like I'm just playing with a keychain in my hands. I gotta stop. Before I drop it or something and it makes a loud clank. After a short wait, Minorikawa heard sounds from the living space behind the shop. A door opens to reveal a tired-looking middle-aged man. We're in Pengi's room. Flushed. You guys are the mountains of junk that I'm hoarding. Wink. 2 years ago today, Animal Crossing New Horizons was released. Oh yeah! Right, 3/20/2020. I remember. Yeah. So what? It was a Friday, because it was 2 years ago. Holy shit, guys. Do you honestly, like... So I came to the realization today that my sister is turning 30 this year. And it really was an oh shit moment of what happened to the last 2 years. Like, pandemic. Yeah. Do you guys just think about how we lived through 2 years of a global pandemic? Yeah. Well, that happened. I should do Animal Crossing on stream again sometime. I should check on my villagers. I haven't played in, like, over a month. Over 2 months, probably, actually. I think the last time I played was probably, like, Christmas-ish. So, it's been, indeed, many a month. Yeah, what do you want? Are you Mr. Endo? Minorikawa asked. I am, said the man guardedly. I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of something at the moment. Could you come back tomorrow, or... Please, just give me a minute. I don't want to think about that. I haven't touched my village in about 8 months, if I were to guess. 8 months? Hasn't it been longer? I don't know, I feel like it would be longer. I know a lot of people just haven't played since, like... Yeah. I'm a freelance writer. Name's Minorikawa. Minorikawa showed Endo his business card. I'm writing an article for 4-Star General Gossip. A magazine piece, huh? Precisely, so if I could just have a little of your time today... The phone is ringing. The phone rang, cutting him off before he could get down to business. I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse me for a moment. Endo reached into the clutter and pulled out a telephone. Good thing growing weed is legal there. Haha, good one, Samp. It actually isn't yet. Yet. Keyword yet. The proprietor listened for a moment, then raised an eyebrow. Yeah, that's a problem. Alright. Alright, understood. I'll try and get a hold of the customer then. Endo set the receiver back down. What was all that about? Minorikawa asked. Yesterday I sold a dry ice machine. The manufacturer just called to let me know the model is defective. Defective? Yeah, apparently once it starts making dry ice, it won't stop. I need to tell the customer I have to recall the machine and refund their deposit. Please give me a moment. Endo sifted through some sales slips, read a number off one, and made a phone call. Nobody picked up on the other end, however. Copper and Booker gonna getcha. We have a referendum like every year and the vote is getting closer. Went from like 80-20 to 7-30 and the last one was 55-45. I see you've been exchanging residence, getting a vote closer. Imagine villagers have that on profile. It's like, what's your stance on legalizing marijuana? I mean weed, wink. That's right, he grumbled to himself. He said they had some performance today. Performance? Minorikawa asked. I sold it to a guy from some theater troupe. They're called Wandering Angels or something. Theater troupe run by Shinosuke Orai. Where else have we heard this name before? I think we've met this... Not met this character, but we've heard about this character at some point or other. This afternoon at 5:30 p.m. they're performing their 22nd piece, Au revoir, Right now, all the actors are already at the theater except for Akiobi Mondo, who plays the rival of the main character Ryu. The angry production chief has sent his assistant to Mondo's apartment, but he does not yet know what awaits him there. Continued in The Tale of the Wandering Angels, episode 2. 6 episodes in all. The Wandering Angels? That was Shinosuke Arai's theater troupe. Minorikawa had an interview with him booked for at 2:30. Okay, this is where we've heard the character before. Anyhow, what can I do for you? Minorikawa hastily explained that what he was after. Endo gave him a dubious look. As I said earlier, I'm a bit busy right now. Busy cleaning up, I hope. How do you get anything done in this mess? Why, you! Are you this rude to all your interview subjects? 5 minutes! Just give me 5 minutes of your time. Please. You've got to be joking. Go on, get the hell out of here. Endo headed for his back room in a huff. Fine, then I'll just have to write about what you've already told me. Namely, that Endo Electronics sells defective merchandise. Huh? Just what are you implying? Did you or did you not sell that theater troupe a defective piece of equipment? Detective. Look, I'm going to get in touch with them as soon as... I'm betting they're in a hurry preparing for their performance. I doubt you'll be getting through to them today. Endo bit his lip. Now that I have your attention, Minorikawa said, let's make a deal. What kind of deal? I'm meeting with a member of the Wandering Angels in a little later today. I can let them know about the dry ice machine for you. COVID killing off all the old people who don't want weed. Oh, my sister got COVID and they gave it to my mom and dad. Oh no. Are they alright? My sister was almost sick for a couple days and my mom spent a couple days in bed because she had no energy. Then my dad got sniffles and felt meh for a couple days as well. Sorry to hear that. Sounds like their symptoms are not like horribly severe though. Not to say just because they're not like severe is a bad thing, but I'm assuming you're relatively how old are your parents, Naru? Cause you have your sister's younger than you, right? And you're a year younger than me, so your parents I can't imagine they're not like in their 70s, right? They're like gotta be in their 40s or 50s. Yeah, it was only last week this happened, so I decay how long that lasts. This said like 2 weeks, right? Like they should get a test again after like a week or two after they first test positive. Sorry, I had to turn the game audio down a little. Yeah, they're both in their 50s. Sister's 2004 and I'm 2000. Okay. Yeah. So on the bright side, your parents are a little more useful, so hopefully they're okay. And I'm assuming they're vaccinated, yeah. But I wish everyone a speedy recovery. – 2004, so your sister's 18 now. I hope they're okay though and their symptoms don't get worse. COVID is nasty business. Wait, but your name is Newer99. Honestly, that's what I thought too, because that's why I said, because I think you're 2 years younger than me, because I'm a 98. I exist! Yay, I exit! It's like, Snow, you really just came in and be like, and with that, I leave, and then you bow. Anyways, hi Snow, how's it going? How you doing? What's good, Snow? They have to isolate for at least 10 days after they got their first test and another at the end to make sure they're negative before they come out of isolation. Yeah, okay. And it's New Zealand, right? You guys have much better policies and like systems in place to take care of people who test positive for COVID, right? Brooklyn 99. Oh, hey, I'm from Brooklyn. You're doxing yourself, brother. Yo, Neuro, actually, you know what? I'm gonna start... Okay, Life Virus. This weekend, when we have dinner on Friday, let's go to a candy store as well and start picking out stuff that we can ship to Nuru, okay? Nuru and Lilu. And it'll be a care package this time, Nuru, from me and Life Virus. Hi, Senpai Penguin, and hello, Nuru. How's it going? I'm doing alright. A little tired, honestly. I've been very yawny the whole day. I don't know. Lazy, I guess. but doing alright, honestly. This really do be doc stream. Honestly, it is doc stream. Penguin Doc Soko. What's in it for me? I will buy you dinner at the place we're going to on Friday. I almost said the name of the place. Although I guess it doesn't really matter because it's not like we live there anyways, but... Because, you know, it's just a restaurant. You can find that shit on Google. I'll put a box in my shipment for you, Life Iris. Say less. Yo, let's go. A box for Penky and a smaller box inside for you. Hey! Give Life Iris the bigger box. Doing well, living life. Love to hear it. Are you on spring break right now as well, Snow, for school? The fuck? I don't even know where we're going on Friday. We talked about this, didn't we? We're going to... Oh, jeez. Soba East. Decode that, bitch. I thought... Right? Because I was like, I wanted to go last week, but then I was like, oh, but to be fair, we had Asian food the week before, so let's get pizza this Friday instead, so you just don't overdose on, you know, food. I'm already flush with snack, because you are the snack. The hunt went well, I didn't faint, but one dude had a rough time and failed a couple hunts. Is this for Destiny? No, next week. Ooh, okay. Spring break is so close. Penguin Doc Soko. Hey, listen, I put it in code, okay? You're coming to my house, don't you know? Shh! Naru, shh! He doesn't know yet. It's a surprise. He gets nervous when he has to meet my parents. What? No, I was playing Monster Hunter yesterday. Oh, because you streamed it because you were bored, right? I remember that I saw you go live. I lurked for a little bit, but then I left because we were playing Clash. And then we got clapped, and then we played League. Oh, sorry, I spoiled it. Yeah, I guess you're my mom now. It's funny. Honestly, Life Iris and I joke a lot. It's like, I joke that Life Iris is my dad, or my brother, or my, like, SO, and it's like, wow, this is, or my son as well, and it's like, wow, this is horribly cursed. We are a scuffed family tree, aren't we? Yeah, that's a real laugh. As I'm playing World right now, I'm addicted again. Monster Hunter gang! Just let you know, having never played Monster Hunter. When you're older than your mom. I know, right? What came first, chicken or the egg, right? Same idea, right? Can we get dessert at Potts after? Sure thing, kiddo. Anything you want. Anything you want, champ. Me forgetting we're playing a game. Wandering Angels, I'm meeting with a member of Wandering Angels a little later today. I can let them know about the dry ice machine for you. In exchange, all you have to do is give me my interview. And those scowls. And where's your proof that you'll be meeting with the Wandering Angels? I might take advantage of a guy when he's down, Minorikawa replied. But one thing is, I'm not a liar. The shopkeeper took a few moments to think about it. Fine, he grumbled. 5 minutes, that's all you get. Minorikawa whipped his notepad out of his coat like he was drawing a gun. Oh my god. Then let's get right down to it, shall we? Go right ahead. So I hear that there's over 500 surveillance cameras that have been installed throughout Shibuya's shopping districts. Yes, that's right. Why so many? We used to have a lot of delinquents in town. Endo said the word with a marked distaste. Oh yeah? I remember there being some problem kids around. They were real punks. They vandalized my signs, made a mess of my storehouse. They were just awful. I see! Maybe I adopted Pengy. Where are the adoption papers? Wait, if you're my family, you can get into NZ for free! I don't need to be smuggled in a box anymore! Let's go! Although, Nuru, honestly, not joking. So I am gonna be moving to the American West Coast, in like a few months, I will be closer to New Zealand. So instead of like a 17-hour flight, I'll only be like an 11-hour flight from you. But it could be a visit New Zealand angle. Yeah. Minorikawa scribbled diligently in his notepad. Heck, my own son put together a sort of vigilante squad to help teach those punks a lesson. Wait, vigilante squad? Well, hold up right there for a sec. Minorikawa jutted out his hand to interrupt. This guy's son was part of the vigilante squad? What a stroke of luck. Maybe he could also provide some info for the article on the gangs of Shibuya. Sorry, I don't mean to get too far off topic here, but could you tell me the name of this group your son belongs to? They call themselves SOS. Prided themselves on being the top gang in Shibuya and all that. The top gang in Shibuya? Did I really just hit the jackpot right here? Not to pat myself on the back, but go me. All I have to do is step outside and the story finds me. I think I might be a natural at this. What a Chad. As it happens, I'd also like to interview people from SOS. Would you be able to put me in touch with your son? Yeah, sure. But you should know that my son... Red text, it's a jump point. We're taking it, we're taking it. I want to play more Achi. I lurk and go, destroy monsters. Good luck, Snow. Have a good time, have fun, and slay those monsters. I just punched the air. Fucking, yeah. Let's go! Let's fucking go! It's a 14-hour flight from New Zealand to Japan, I think. So what I'm hearing is then we can do our finally go to Japan, get a gym membership, and get buff. Because you dreamt about that once. The prophecy is coming true, Nuru. It's coming true. You know, I gotta say, I'm really excited, honestly, to go study at my the grad school that I'm gonna be going to. However, you know, it would have actually been so wild if I enrolled in the university that you and Lilu attend, and like, because I remember you were like, yeah, one of your flatmates is gonna be moving out, and I'm like, perfect timing. What if I moved in? Imagine we actually were roommates. Yeah, it did. Okay. What I'm hearing is seriously gym membership. We're gonna get really fucking buff in Japan. Be cool? Be cool? All right. He told me, look, there it was. You know how thematic Stream is tying into the game, too, because, you know, it's in Japan. A blue van had appeared nearby, parked in a spot that had been empty previously. Achi couldn't see who it was inside, but there was definitely something fishy about it. Besides, there weren't any other blue cars around it, so it had to be it. He'd been right. The crooks had come back after all. Lilu, you and I lived in a house in Japan and we got buffed together. So what I'm hearing is we live in a house and get buffed together. I honestly could be so down for that. I want to get buff. I want to be really fucking strong. I want to be so strong that I just like can't fit through a door because my muscles are so big. It would have to be one of those Japanese sliding doors though, so you know, like I can adjust the width that it opens, because in order for me to not fit through a door, I got a lot of work to do. Like a lot. I'm very small. But yeah. IRL Ring Fit stream where we all run out of breath within the first 5 minutes of stream. Hey, I got really good cardio, okay? The rest of me, maybe I'm not this particularly buffest. I'll say I'm okay, you know? I can lift the groceries. I go, you know, but I also, you know, I am not lifting. I don't bench press. But you can just say you didn't fit through the front door to the house, the doggy door. I think I could probably fit. You know what? Next time I visit someone's house who actually has a doggy flap, I'm gonna be like, yo, can I see if I can fit through this shit? And they'll be like, what the fuck? And they're gonna stand inside and I'm gonna come to the doggy flap like the girl from The Ring coming out of the TV. When I was in elementary school, like, the teachers often told my mom, like, you should probably get her checked out. She's a little odd. And my mom was like, no, my kid's fine. And in retrospect, honestly, I probably should have been taken to get checked out because I am a little odd. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick look at what you said. You wait here. It's not like it hurt my feelings at all that my teacher said these things about me, okay? It didn't hurt my feelings. But before he could carry out his plan, Hitomi jumped to her feet. Without a word, she rushed toward the van. Ah, yes, get in this mysterious van. That's always a great idea. Hold on, I said wait! She wasn't slowing down. Achi caught hold of her arm. Wait! This could be dangerous. What if the kidnapper's in there? And what if my sister's in there? I have to go help her. Achi knew full well what it was like to be impulsive, but this was one situation where cooler heads would have to prevail. We can't just hang out here, she insisted. What if the car takes off again? That's why I said I was gonna take a look first. But isn't that dangerous? What if they do something to my sister because some random guy comes snooping around? Oh, huh. Yeah, you got a point there. Achi thought as fast as he could. The criminal told Hitomi to get into the van. There had to be some specific reason for that. I'm gonna get a message at 2 a.m. NZST of a video of you crawling through a doggy door. Oh, New Zealand Standard Time. And won't it be fun? Won't it feel like a threat? Say something nice about yourself. Oh, I need to remember to change the redemption to just say something nice. Say something nice that happened today. What's something nice that happened? I didn't really do that much. I went for a really nice walk or jog this morning. The weather was quite good. So I went for a run and I felt very good afterwards. Some nice fresh air. Fresh New York dusty air. Yeah, it will. I like how most of our messages to each other really just consist of sending threatening memes. What if they were planning to abduct her as well? Whatever the case, he couldn't just let her go. He had to make a snap decision. Look, just let me go first. I don't want to put you in any risk. Okay, let's go together then. Does that work for you? Let's go together. Let's go together. Okay, let's go together then. Does that work for you? Please, we have no idea who or what we might run into. Hitomi gave a slight nod. Alright, she said. Well, let me go first and you follow, okay? Got it, Achi replied. Achi waited as Hitomi started walking, then followed her at a distance so it wouldn't look like they were together. She headed straight for the van. Two men got out of the car, neither of them Japanese. Achi picked up his pace in case he needed to close the distance fast. Gap closer. One of the men approached Hitomi and said something to her. She gave an affirming nod. Suddenly, the two men grabbed her from either side. Yeah. They dragged her to the van and shoved her back into the back seat. Of course. Achi broke into a sprint. Of course it was a trap. He couldn't guess what their whole plan was, but kidnapping Hitomi was obviously part of it. But before he could reach the vehicle, the doors slid shut. The van sped off an instant later. Achi raced after it. As he ran as hard as he could, thinking of nothing else. He couldn't give up now. Couldn't let things end like this. He made a promise. No quitting halfway. And no turning his back on someone in trouble. But the car kept getting further and further away. Before long, it was just a blue speck that vanished into the cityscape. No! Bad ending? Achi never saw Hitomi again. I guess we were supposed to let her go by herself? Oh. Achi did try to warn Hitomi that checking out the van by herself was dangerous, and oh, look, she got herself kidnapped. Maybe he should have put his foot down and checked on things himself first. Okay. Well. We're really good at getting the bad ends, am I right? Look, just let me go first. I don't want to put you at any risk. Hitomi's determination wavered at the look in his Achi's eyes. Please, he continued, we have no idea what we might run into. I think if they're gonna try to run off again, I'll give some signal. Then you can come along, and I doubt they'll be interested in leaving then. Hitomi gave a reluctant nod. Please be careful. Will do. And tell me if my sister's in there. I will, you can count on it. What? But how would he know? He doesn't know what she looks like. Unless they're twins. Did they mention they're twins? I can't remember. Hitomi and Maria are twins. Achi stepped out into the open and started walking toward the van. He tried his best to look as if he wasn't paying any attention. Yep, I'm just an ordinary passerby. As he got near, he tried to sneak a glimpse inside. Just like Detroit Become Human, which part? The van's dark window film made it hard to see who might be inside or even how many people. Casually, he moved closer still to get a better look. Suddenly, the sliding door burst open and several people jumped out. None of them were Japanese. Within moments, Achi was surrounded. Whoa, what? Hey, what's the deal? Achi said. He let out a little chuckle. Man, that thing must be packed like a clown car. He let out a little chuckle. Man, the thing must be packed. How many seats you got in that thing anyway? He took another step towards the vehicle and looked inside. That's a knife. One of the men pulled a knife from inside his jacket, thrusting in Achi's direction. He'd probably meant it as a simple threat, but on reflex, Achi went into self-defense mode, kicking him right in the jaw. Wow, Achi can kick high. There was a loud crack as his foot connected. The man dropped out like a light. Oh, dropped out like a light. The others stared, then rushed him. Well, this sure hadn't gone as planned. Too late to take it back now. The damage was done. Achi was just going to have to take out the rest of these punks too. He nimbly shifted his feet, evading their initial attack. Having to take these guys on 3-1 wasn't going to be pretty. Achi! He heard Hitomi cry out. Ramp. He hadn't given any signal, but she had come out of hiding anyway. Hitomi, stay back! How was he supposed to fight off 3 guys and protect her at the same time? The part where you only get bad endings. Oh. Hey! No, it was Heavy Rain that I got all the bad endings. Detroit, we got, like, a pretty good ending. Marcus and Connor did die, but the androids were free, and Kara and Alice made it to Canada. So, you know, holy shit, when you mess with somebody in their hood, sweating. Hey, show me what you got there. Ah, knife! No! Both of them died. I mean, we got the best possible ending that we did. Okay, given that, I feel like we got the best ending given that we didn't have North. Because I think if you don't have North, it's impossible for Marcus to live. And therefore, it's impossible for I think it's impossible for Connor to live if Marcus dies. Well, also the thing is, wait, it's impossible to get Connor's best ending if Marcus dies. Because Connor can't defy his programming. But I think Connor's has a split. It's either he dies, or he, like, can't defy his programming and is, like, another evil, like, android. But for us, Connor died, so that's the better ending for Connor. The rationale. I actually don't really entirely remember what the ending we got, though, was. I don't really remember what happened to Connor. But I don't... Because I do think we were able to defy his programming somehow. But, yeah. But Heavy Rain, whew, boy, we got the worst ending possible. Oh my god, everyone died. Yeah. Sean died. Scott got away. Ethan went to prison and committed suicide. Jaden OD'd. Who else was there? I guess I don't think Madison died, but like she didn't get a good ending, right? Because Ethan was in prison, so. Eehee. Anyways, what could he do? What should he do? Not another decision. KW. Just take pictures. XD. I need to stop saying KW. That's been my habit like the last 2 days. We're gonna crush that habit. Within moments, a number of passerby had gathered around the fight. Maybe they'd heard Hitomi shouting. Hey, what's going on? Oh my god, is that a knife? This ain't just some petty squabble. Someone call the police. Some of them began taking photos with their cell phones. One of the men cursed in frustration and signaled for his buddies to get back into the car. Achi couldn't stop them. The engine roared to life and the van sped away. Knowing he'd never catch them on foot, Achi merely watched it go. He'd failed. This was his fault, all of it. Achi bit his lip hard. How could he possibly face Hitomi now? Achi. Hitomi's voice was hollow, empty. Achi stared down at his feet like a scolded child. I'm sorry. I didn't see whether your sister was in there or not. I see. The words, so simple and matter of fact, stung him to the heart. I'm so sorry. But Hitomi simply shook her head. The fact that she wasn't even chewing him out made him feel worse. I know I messed up, but I'll... He was going to say, I'll make up for it, somehow, but he froze with fear at what he saw next. Across the street staring at them was the man with the cane. Hitomi is him! They had to get out of here. He grabbed Hitomi by the hand and bolted down Dogenzaka. The assassin followed, staying on the side of the road, on his side of the road. I feel like this assassin is a separate party, honestly. I don't get the impression that he's part of the people that were with the van. Achi wasn't sure what to do. Shouldn't they try heading into the alleys and should they try heading into the alleys and side streets again? No, it was more dangerous to head someplace where there'd be fewer witnesses. Best to stick to Dogenzaka for now. The man wouldn't be able to gun them down if they managed to lose themselves in the crowd along Center Guy first. Besides, the guy had to use a cane. Achi and Hitomi could outrun him. Hand in hand, they sped along Dogenzaka and through the intersection in front of the 109 building. Come on, Hitomi, just a little further.
Okay.
She was panting, but she pressed on. Achi risked a glance back over his shoulder. Huh? He stopped in surprise. Oh, there's Kano. What's wrong, Hitomi asked. Kano's in the back right there. That guy, he's not following us. The slope leading down to the intersection wasn't all that steep. It was strange that the gunman hadn't bothered to pursue. Still, there was no time to worry about his behavior right now. Hitomi, can you still run? Yes, I'm alright. Then this is our chance. This way. They needed to put plenty of distance behind them before the assassin came after them again. But they also need to find the van again and rescue Hitomi's sister. Would they be able to find it and yet stay hidden from the man with the cane? Achi wasn't sure one way or the other, but with Hitomi in tow, he hurried onward along Center Guy. Okay, that is the end of hour 11 for Achi. Or 12. 11, yeah. Okay. We should go back to Minorikawa. Yeah, we hit this jump point. Okay. As it happens, I'd also like to interview people from SOS. Would you be able to put me in touch with your son? Yeah, sure, but you should know that he isn't in the gang anymore. Oh, Minorikawa hesitated. Guess he's of no use to me then. Oh, believe me, I know how you feel. The look on Endo's face spoke volumes. There's no point in interviewing Endo's son if he wasn't with the gang anymore. I figured that Minorikawa's run of good luck would die eventually. Still, he'd gotten a lead in the form of a name, SOS. That was progress. Alright, so back to the matter at hand. He flipped his notepad back open. What did you decide to do about all these juvenile delinquents? I set up a tiny web camera in order to protect my property. I see. And I'm guessing the webcam did the trick? Sure did. And then some other local businesses heard about it and started asking me to install some for them. Web cameras aren't particularly expensive, so it wasn't too tough to set them up all over downtown. So who's in charge of these security cameras? Members of the downtown business committee take turns. The cameras are connected via a wireless network that business owners can access throughout the area. How's your security for this wireless network? Oh, no problems on that front. And those seem surprised at that question. All the footage sent over the network is fully encrypted. But still, people can't feel too good about being recorded on camera without their knowledge, don't you think? Minorikawa asked. The shopkeeper's expression darkened. We hope to strike a balance between crime prevention and protecting personal privacy. And who determines what that balance is? Minorikawa let a note of challenge slip into his voice. That would be me. I've been entrusted with the management of security cameras. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Just have to respond to a quick message from my mom. Okay, sorry. My mom just needed a little help with something. Okay. Gotta go. Bye.
Bye-bye, Snow.
Hi, Mom! You saying hi to yourself? To be fair, Samp got you good. So essentially you're providing your own moral oversight. Are you implying that I'm abusing my authority? And those shot back. I'm doing this in the name of public order. Right, you've had your 5 minutes. Now get out of here. The shopkeeper stood up and headed to the back. I'll be sure to let the Wandering Angels know about the dry ice machine. Episode 2. When Akiomi Mondo didn't show up at the theater at the meetup time, production assistant Yukio Tozuka went to call him at his apartment. Upon arriving, Tozuka found that the place had been stacked out by debt collectors. Mondo had borrowed 300,000 yen, and they wouldn't leave his home until he paid up. It looked like the only way to save Mondo was to give the debt collectors the operating funds for the theater. But before Tozuka could head back to relay his news, the props master Shinichi Bando showed up. I'll be sure to let the Wandering Angels know about the dry ice machine, Minorikawa hollered at the closing door. Endo didn't reply. Yeah, I just need Pengi's advice off stream. Yeah. Minorikawa had gotten enough of a story to put an article together, so he decided to hurry to a coffee shop and get started on some copy. He was making his way down along Dogazaka when his cell phone rang. The incoming call display showed Chiaki's name. Chiaki, what's going on? Oh, it's no use. She sounded like she was on the verge of tears. What's no use? I can't do this. I just can't talk to people passing by on the street. What? Why not? It's just that everyone seems so busy when they're walking past. If I try to interrupt them, they're gonna be all mad at me. Well, who the hell cares if they get mad? Minorikawa was ready to start ripping his hair out. I don't want them to be mad at me, she whimpered again. Well, this wasn't about what she wanted, was it? She's supposed to be working, not whining. Look, Chucky, you need to get me those interviews, period. Do I make myself clear? He hung up before she could squeeze in an objection. I feel like we're down the road to a bad path, honestly. A bad ending. Damn it, Minorikawa muttered. What? Just what I needed. One more thing to worry about. He pulled his hair a few times and cast his worried gaze in the direction of Shibuya Station. Oh, to be continued, okay. Okay, that is to be continued for Minorikawa, Kano, Achi, Tama, Osawa. Okay. Right, because he didn't go to the place, so we can now proceed with his story normally. Osawa called up Tanaka over the intercom. There's something I want to show you. Okay, let's Okay. Osawa viewed an image slideshow of the virus's propagation mechanism. It was a fascinating sight no matter how many times he looked at it. Viruses existed to multiply, nothing more. They have no motives, no driving logic, nothing but simple multiplication. To Osawa, the fact that he had held a certain air of mystery. To Osawa, that fact held a certain air of mystery. If viruses had emotions, how would they feel about their lives? He had thrown himself into virus research in search of answers to questions like that. Answers no man could truly know. His development of the antiviral agent had really been nothing more than another job responsibility. He felt no particular sense of duty to protect people from a killer virus. What a psycho. He was just happy for the chance to play around with UA day after day. Another email arrived in his inbox. The sender. The subject line, 1 year ago, South Africa. Again. Osawa read the message. Do not look away. These are your crimes. This time there were 4 images attached. Osawa proceeded to open each one of them in turn. The first shocked Osawa so much that he felt like he'd been punched in the head. One of the UA patients from the earlier images was being injected with something. No. Osawa muttered to himself. It can't be. Please don't show us something really gross. The second image showed one of the infected hunched over in pain, vomiting up blood. The symptoms had already manifested, but Osawa thought he could see that some degree of life had come back into the patient's eyes. He rushed to open the third image. It showed a morgue piled high with corpses. The rictus of anguish on the dead human faces made them look no longer human. Various fluids seeped from the eyes and nostrils. Ew, is this Resident Evil? I know, right? This is kind of gross. The lymph nodes were grotesquely swollen. There were hospital beds stained with massive amounts of blood and gastric fluids. Huh. Next came the fourth and final image. More corpses. They had badges affixed to their chests with various labels. 6 hours passed. 12 hours passed. And 18 hours passed. It looked as if someone had been attempting live trials with the antiviral agent. Osawa didn't consider the antiviral agent ready for release, but that's because his team hadn't conducted clinical trials on humans yet. And there was a good reason why such trials hadn't been conducted. There was no way to test the efficacy of the drug without an infected patient. To run a proper clinical test, someone would first need to be infected with the UA virus. No matter how effective animal testing had been, if the drug proved ineffective on humans, that person would have a guaranteed death sentence. It was unthinkable to run trials that involved such a deadly risk. Damn, they got diagrams. I know, right? Science Channel out here. And yet again, as he looked over the images again and again, Osawa became certain. Without his knowledge, someone, presumably from Okushi Pharmaceutical, had conducted human testing with the antiviral agent. The time markers on the corpses in the fourth image were surely there to mark the time elapsed since the onset of symptoms. A thorough trial would test the drug's effectiveness on those time frames. Osawa slammed his fist on the desk, enraged. This was nothing short of vile human experimentation in the guise of clinical testing. The people responsible could not be allowed to get away with this. There was only one person Osawa could trust to keep this under wraps, his boss, Makino. He reached for his phone to call Makino. But he stopped short as soon as he picked up the receiver. He knew he was in no state of mind to have a calm, reasoned conversation right now. Turning to the CD player, he put on Aya Kamiki's latest album. Leaning back in his chair, he surrendered himself to her soothing tones. Bit by bit, he could feel himself returning to a calmer emotional state. There had been a time when Osawa hadn't listened to music at all. In fact, he had no interest in the arts in general, music, painting, cinema. It was only due to a simple coincidence that he had found Aya Kamiki. His daughter had asked for a CD as a birthday present, so he'd swung by the store to pick one up. Since Kamiki's new album had just come out, there was a display for it in the front of the shop. Something about the bright, colorful album packaging had drawn him in. Bruh. After a time, Osawa could feel himself growing calmer. He took a nice, deep breath. Then he dialed up Makino. Then he closed his eyes and tried to banish his nerves completely. We make the phone call. He took a nice, deep breath and then he dialed up Makino. Has there been any progress? Makino asked as soon as he picked up. His voice was somber. No, Osawa said. Nothing much yet. A tiny sigh came from the other end of the line. End of the line, pal. I see then. What can I do for you? Sir, I'll just get right to the point. Have you conducted clinical trials using the antiviral drug? Makino didn't respond right away. What makes you think that? He asked at last. Osawa described the emails he'd received. When he'd finished, Makino let out his breath in surprise. Not over the phone, he said. We'll discuss this in person. I'll head over to your place when I'm done here. As soon as possible, sir. As soon as I can manage, Makino said. You're not the only person who's busy. XD. Uptime. What? We don't have an uptime command. But anyways, hello Yon, how you doing today? Late start to stream. Now we've been going for an hour, 9 minutes, 23, 24, 25, 26 seconds now. We start on time. We're a computer company. We're never late. Yeah, we're always on time. I must have gotten a late notif. Yeah, the Twitch notifications are a little bugged honestly right now. I don't know. I haven't been getting notifications, and the few that I have gotten are also like weirdly late. I'll be like, oh, stream just started, but when I tune into a stream, it's like started streaming like 45 minutes ago. I'm like, wank. Anyways, how you doing today, Eon? There was no doubt about it then. There had been human testing. Osawa went to let Tanaka know he'd be meeting with Makino. Osawa-san, are you going somewhere? A stolid-looking man stood in the hallway, almost as if he'd been waiting for Osawa to emerge. It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the detectives from Shibuya Precinct. A detective within the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Investigation Division. He's sociable but awkward, and despite his reserved personality, can be quite unsettling. His colleagues at the precinct refer to him by nicknames such as Japanese Columbo and Little Ken Takakura, given his own quirky demeanor as a detective. He struck Osawa as a bit too soft-spoken and meek for a detective, really, and his treatment of the kidnapping case gave an impression of flighty detachment that made him seem rather undependable. No, not really. Have there been any developments, detective? Kajiwara shook his head quietly. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not really sure what to tell you. Kajiwara then slipped a hand into his suit pocket. A banana. He pulled out a banana. Are you hungry? These are good for when you're tired. I'm fine, thanks, Osawa said. I'm doing gonna watch Batman today. Ooh, what'd you think of the movie? Did you like it? Kajiwara seemed to lack a detective's sense of situational awareness. Just being around him got on Osawa's nerves. Well, sir, I need you to come with me, the detective said, if you don't mind. He took Osawa by the arm. As Kajiwara hurried him towards the living room, Osawa could hear the other detectives talking on the other side of the door. He's working at a time like this? Seriously? Sheesh! I do not get rich people and their priorities. Yeah, I feel bad for his daughter. Her dad's a real piece of work. Nice. They were bad-mouthing him. Oh. I missed the rest of it. But they were bad-mouthing him, like, in his own house or something. I don't remember. I didn't see it. I'm really sorry about all that, Kajiwara said, pausing in embarrassment. Osawa pushed past him and opened that door. A number of police detectives had holed up in the living room. They were suddenly silent as Osawa entered. So tell me, he said sarcastically, would you rather I stay here weeping as I watch this disaster unfold? The detectives winced and grimaced. Forgive me for not being a perfect father, he added, his hostility building. Kajiwara stepped forward to intervene before things got out of hand. No, now, let's not be touchy. I am not being touchy, Osawa snapped. But he knew full well that he was. These guys had the time to sit around backbiting him, but not to go out and bring Maria to safety? So, Maria's his daughter, but the thing is, where does Hitomi fit in? Because he made us, the way he talked made it sound as if he only had one daughter. I liked it, yeah? I don't know what people are saying about being people are saying it's pro-cop. Really? I don't really know anything about the Batman movie, honestly, so. Already close to half a day had gone by without any new development. The ransom demanded had come in the previous night at 8 o'clock. Maria had been abducted roughly an hour before. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko in Shibuya, have the sister Hitomi bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. The kidnapper called only once, so the police were unable to run a trace. I'll do it, Hitomi said. Anything for my sister. She didn't hesitate in the slightest at the suggestion that she make the ransom handoff. Osawa was staunchly opposed to the idea, but the police were of the opinion that it was better to acquiesce to the kidnapper's demands. Ai's reaction, on the other hand, baffled everyone. We don't have 50 million yen just lying around. Are the police going to be putting that together for us? Kajiwara stepped in to reassure her. If it comes down to it, the police will be able to help raise the money. Okay, then do it. We need you to pay it back afterwards, though, of course. Well then, what's the point of that? Ai's voice spiked up to a piercing shriek. Calm down, Osawa told her. You're making a scene. I turned away in a huff. Alright, detective, Osawa continued. We'll talk to the bank first thing tomorrow morning and figure something out. At that, Ai stormed out of the room. Kajiwara bowed his head several times in apology. As soon as Hitomi has made contact, we'll apprehend the suspect and take things from there. Wank. Hold on, won't that put Maria in danger? If we let the kidnapper get away with the money, we'll have no proof that we will return the hostage safely afterwards. There was a certain logic there, so I had to concede. I see, he said. So you're saying that catching this guy will be easier for you if he keeps my daughter hostage? No, that's not what I'm implying at all, Kajiwara wiped the sweat from his brow and bowed profusely. At least I promise we'll get your daughter back safe and sound, Mr. Osawa. Obviously, there's nothing to be gained from further challenging the detectives. Alright then. I'll let the police do their job. Osawa bowed even lower than Kajiwara had. How long are you going to just loaf around? I shrieked as she stormed into the room. Hurry up and arrest this guy! She was becoming increasingly hysterical. An hour had passed since the suspect had taken the money, and yet the police had made no effort to apprehend him. I hate Osawa, I hate Ai, they're both bitches. The police apparently had a rule against discussing Operation before it was fully resolved, so the Osawas had been left in the dark. But they had overheard the task force talking over the wireless, and it appeared that they were deliberately letting the suspect roam free. Hey! I snapped again. If he gets away with our money, you are going to reimburse us, right? Osawa scowled. She made it sound like the money was more important than Maria's life. The detectives exchanged uneasy glances. Osawa chided his wife. It's only money. It doesn't matter. Let's be silent before his wife starts screaming. Osawa said nothing. By now he was accustomed to Ai's coldness towards the two girls. The twins were Osawa's daughters from his first wife, who had passed away 15 years ago. I had no blood ties to Maria or Hitomi herself. Well, I continued, are the police going to reimburse us or not? She glared pointedly at Kajiwara. Well, right now we're focused on making sure Maria's safe. I stormed up to him, shouting right in his face. Stop dodging the question. Answer me! Yes, of course, Kajiwara squeaked. Maybe, would you like something to eat to help calm you down? He held out a banana. I smacked it out of his hand. Oh dear, what a waste. Kajiwara scrambled to retrieve the fruit from the floor. Yo, fruit is so expensive in Japan, okay? Don't just treat a banana like that. Osawa went over to Tanaka and whispered into his ear, I'm going to meet with Mr. Makino. Tanaka nodded silently. Turning, Osawa saw Kajiwara looking in their direction. They made eye contact, but Osawa quickly looked away and strode out of the living room. Kajiwara followed after him. Excuse me, Mr. Osawa? Yes, what is it? The detective fussed sheepishly with his hair and forced a smile. Sir, we'd appreciate it if you could remain in the living room as much as possible. Osawa was in no mood to stand on propriety. Look, I've got a ton of work to do, he said. Are you here to tell me to play the role of the grieving father too? No, not at all. Personally, I happen to think you're an admirable father, Mr. Osawa. Admirable? Does the word have a ring of sarcasm? Got him. He had no way to tell if Kajiwara was being forthright with him or not. You're no ordinary fellow, Mr. Osawa. You're a genius. A genius? Me? Osawa made a skeptical noise. Am I mistaken, sir? You've made very important strides in the field of virus research. Or, well, so I've been told. Osawa wasn't sure how to respond. He had never considered himself a genius. He was just someone who was more interested in viruses than people. Everyone who's a genius is also a little bit odd after all, Kajiwara went on. Probably he'd intended that as a compliment, but still. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with weirdos. As long as they leave us ordinary folks alone, you know? Hey, that's me. You're a genius. You're a little bit of a weirdo, but I like you. I like you. Is this guy trying to praise me or insult me? Osawa let out a heavy sigh. Genius, weirdo, what did it even matter? So long as he could be left to his work, he didn't care one whit how he looked in other people's eyes. Kajiwara wiped the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief. Why he's staring at the screen like that? You know, he's also a bit of an oddball, to be fair. But hello, Ranch Cat, or not Ranch Cat. How you doing? I meant the virus. No, but I meant you're the genius. Wink, wink. By the way, what are you working on right now? He asked. I'm afraid you wouldn't understand even if I explained it to you, Osawa replied. Right, precisely. Even if I gave it my full attention, it would still be beyond me. He peered with sudden intensity at Osawa's face. Oh my god, I'd appreciate if you didn't hide things from me, sir, he said. Osawa gaped at a loss for words. I'm so sorry, Kajiwara added hurriedly. Goodness, that made it sound like I'm accusing you of hiding something, didn't it? The detective bowed his head repeatedly. Banana. I hope you'll forgive me. He held up the banana. That won't be necessary. How about this then? Chocolate, Meiji chocolate. That's funny. This time he pulled a bar of chocolate from his pocket. No thank you. Did this guy just carry an endless food supply wherever he went? Oh my, Kajiwara murmured. He probably read in a book somewhere that food is the best way to get along with people. What the hell, bro? I just joined the stream. I mean, come on, Ranch Cat. You saw like the Shibuya Scramble thumbnail in the first episode too. Like this game has a way of taking some very, very interesting screenshots for the images, or photos for the game. Interesting camera angles, interesting facial expressions. Achi's got some good ones, IMO. You geniuses really are tough to sort out. He inclined his head, mumbling to himself for a moment. What can I get for you then, sir? What I'd really like is to be left the fuck alone! Oh, yeah. Is some time by myself. In a daze of exasperation, Osawa felt his way to his study. Locking the door, he finally let out a breath he'd been holding. Then his eyes lighted on the bookshelf against the wall. Aww, so cute. He pulled out a photo album and began to flip through it. There were pictures of his daughter's grade school enrollment ceremony. Their mother had already passed away from illness, so Osawa had taken the girls by himself. He remembered that after the ceremony, Hitomi came down with a fever. Hitomi had been rather sickly as a girl, falling bedridden at the drop of a hat. Maria, by contrast, had been lively and energetic, quite the handful. Osawa found it remarkable that their personalities could be so different despite them being twins. They do it on purpose, right? They probably do, honestly. Like, I mean, as a game that doesn't really have animation, like it feels like live theater almost. Like they have to really overexpress because like they have no animation sequences. It's really just screenshots, so they have to emphasize all their emotions just so it becomes really clear and very readable from a single image. Ponytails, they're so cute, single dad. I mean, it seems like he didn't turn out to be the best dad, though. There was a picture of the three of them at their grade school graduation. Maria was looking away from the camera. Osawa felt like someone had stabbed a dagger in his heart. His daughters, or virology? Which truly concerned him more? Which did he truly love? It was ridiculous to try and compare the two. He'd known the answer before he even asked himself. Do you, though? Even so, human emotions were complicated and sometimes made people act inconsistently. One of the consequences of that was his photo album. This was the last photo he had of Maria. He searched and searched through the rest of the album, but she was nowhere else to be found. To be continued. Okay, I think we're actually about to move into the next hour. Because I think we hit to be continued on everyone. I'm not sure if we hit to be continued on Tama yet, but... Oh, yep, next hour. When she's dead, you'll understand. He's right back where we started. Buddy, you're a weirdo. Eels and I are one and the same. Please keep this email a secret. Okay, now we're at the 12 o'clock hour. Poggers. I got an achievement. Alright, let's start with Best Boy Achi, honestly. Achi and Hitomi scampered through the back roads along Sentergai, white sneakers and pumps slapping on the pavement. Achi kept his eyes peeled, continually checking ahead and behind as they darted through the gaps in buildings. Man, these guys must have good cardio. They've been sprinting it for 3 hours now. I know, right? Unreal. Honestly, the most unrealistic thing about video games. Not even the fact that she was kidnapped and being held ransom, but that they have this insane cardio that allows them to run for hours upon hours, and they're running long distances and in heels, XD. Or at least Hitomi is. Finally, they stopped in a narrow alleyway. There's no way he'll find us here. That's what they all think, and then pop, he comes out and kills them. No one knows about this place. He took another look around, then let out a sigh of relief. It seemed they'd managed to shake the gunman for now. Back when Nachi was with SOS, he'd come through Sentergai practically every day. The gang had started out a little more than a group of local teens. They didn't do much in particular, just horsing around and killing time. What mattered was they were having fun. But it wasn't long before it wasn't all fun and games. Achi couldn't help but notice the slobs who were making a mess of Shibuya, dirtying it all up. He wasn't about to let them get away with it. Most frequently, it was folks who tossed cigarette butts out on the street and plastered walls in graffiti. When they didn't respond to his more gentle warnings, he found slightly more forceful ways of getting his point across. SOS got a reputation. Street punks started trying to pick fights with its members. Those guys required a bit more force to handle. And when it came to the worst of the lot, the drug dealers, the muggers, the guys who tried to force themselves on women, it was full-on battle, no holds barred. Before long, SOS had established itself as something as a vigilante corps. Soon it became known as one of the biggest gangs in Shibuya. Let's lay low here for a bit and see what happens, Achi said. The alleys where they were hid, the alley where they hid was like a dimly lit chasm, obscuring them from view. The only problem now was figuring out what to do next. They needed to find that blue van again, which meant figuring out the best way to get back to Gokenzaka without the man with the cane catching them once more. It's fucking Tokyo, dude. There's so many people. Achi? Hitomi whispered. I think I can handle myself from here. She got to her feet and gave Achi a deep bow. Again? She's trying to leave again? Whoa! Achi held up a hand. We've been over this already. You're not gonna be okay. This guy has a gun! If he let her go up against that assassin alone, he might as well be the one to pull the trigger himself. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Hitomi continued as if she hadn't heard him. She started to shuffle out of the alleyway. Hey, what did I just say? Really, Achi, I appreciate your concern, but I can't in good conscience put you in danger anymore. But, I mean... Achi tried to press the point, but Hitomi cut him off. There's no good reason for you to risk yourself to keep helping me. Her tone was resolute, but Achi was determined to help her anyway. He refused to back down. Achi knew he had a point. He decided to back off. Obviously. I feel like we're gonna do this because this is the good guy answer. However, I feel like this is not the right ending. So, I'm anticipating bad ending. Because this is, like, this game, obviously, like, most of the right choices are not the obvious choice. And the not obvious choice is to let her go. But we're gonna go down this path. Still, Achi was determined to help her anyway. He refused to back down. Look, I want to help people who are in trouble. What's so wrong about that? Huh? He locked eyes with Hitomi, willing her to understand. I'm not the most dependable guy. I know that. But still, Hitomi dropped her gaze and Achi trailed off, feeling like an idiot. Oh, it's no use. I'm no use. He hung his head with a sigh. Just then, a bit of light shone into the alleyway from above. It looked like someone on the adjacent building's upper floor had turned on the lights. Oh, okay, so we can't jump to Tama yet, but this is a jump point, we gotta remember. Simp, simp, simp. The Nokane building, okay. The light illuminated Hitomi's face. When Achi saw the look in her eyes, he reconsidered his decision. She was trying her hardest to hide it, but she was clearly terrified. No way he was letting her go back out there alone. Still, if he tried to insist, she would only refuse him again. Hitomi? Humor me for a second here. Tell me what's the proper way to dispose of a plastic bottle. She stared at him in surprise. Well, first you remove the cap and the wrapper. Then you rinse out the inside and crush it. Achi let out a breath he'd been holding. Okay, good. Huh? I don't understand. What's good? He gave me my reason why I have to help you out. I'm super respect people who respect the environment. I'm one of those whatchamacallits, an environmentalist. Achi pointed at his mean, clean t-shirt. Hitomi hesitated. And what was your plan? If I'd said the answer was to toss the plastic in the trash. Well, then I need to stick with you to help teach you. Environmental awareness begins with good education. So then you were going to tag along with me regardless. Look, I'm just super pumped to learn that you care so much about proper recycling, weirdo. Achi cracked a huge grin. Okay then. Okay? If you're really that sure about it, I guess I could use your help a little while longer. Hitomi flashed a little smile. Man, she's so cute, Achi thought, bruh. Damn, this propaganda. I know, right? Ugh, environmentalist propaganda. Ugh. Then something else caught his eye. Huh? What's that there? It looked like something black was stuck to the top of her head. Achi, what are you staring at? You've got something stuck there. What, on my head? Without thinking, Hitomi reached up and plucked it off. It was a 10-centimeter long body. It was about 10 centimeters long. Oh, its body had glistening black sporting feelers and several pairs of legs. It began to wriggle and writhe between Hitomi's slender fingers. Ah! Achi yelped, "It's a cockroach!" He jumped backward, but Hitomi didn't so much as flinch. "Ooh, sorry, that gave me a bit of a start," he continued. "Guess it must have fallen from one of the windows up there." Still, Hitomi did not move. Hitomi? She didn't appear to hear him. Hello, Hitomi? Ooh. With a muffled gurgle, Hitomi passed out on the spot. Her body is stiff as a mannequin. Bug, bug, bug! Get it, get it, get it! Mom! Legs? Several pairs? You know what that means. Leg daddy's back in town. What? Whoa, Hitomi, are you okay? Hitomi? Hitomi! But no matter how loudly Achi called her name, Hitomi would not come to. Is this a bad ending? You're gonna tell me this is a bad ending. It feels like a, what's the word, keep out point. Oh no? Okay. From that day onward, Achi devoted even more of his energy and time and energy to collecting trash. It became his personal passion to see that his city was a clean one, devoid of cockroaches. That was the mandate he had been handed, or, if nothing else, his atonement. Yeah, probably, because if we'd let her go, she would have walked away and the cockroach wouldn't have brought... She's not dead! Tommy fucking died. If I'd let her go. See, I told you we were walking into a bad end. Oh. So, actually, maybe that wasn't the bad ending. Died from the bug. So I think what we needed to do, though, for real, was play Tama's story, because she's the one who opens the window, and we need to make it so she doesn't open the window, I guess. In 1 hour, the Burning Hammer sales demo will begin. What's her name? I forget what her name is again. Chidi is laying out the assortment of snacks that we'll have on hand. She's eating them. Hey, Tama, you hungry? Why, yes, I am. I mean, that should be pretty obvious at this point. All I've had since putting on this stupid mascot costume is some burning hammer and a bunch of iced tea. Hey now, Chidi shoots back. What's with the attitude? Chidi, you do remember that you ate my lunch, right? The sticker said it was the best before noon. You just made that up. Yeah, Chidi chortles merrily and chugs some more iced tea. Mood. Okay, folks, Mr. Yanagishita calls over as he slips into the room. Lunch break's over. Back to work. I don't feel like I've had much of a break. If anything, I'm even more mentally exhausted than I was before. There's a box full of Anagochi toys in the storeroom on the 3rd floor. Mind bringing those down? Anagochi, I ask. What's that? The name makes it sound like some sort of product knockoff. Mr. Yanagishita's face widens in surprise. You've never heard of them? Bruh, it's Tamagotchi knockoff. Wow, Anagochi, it's a digital pet game where you a pet game where you raise an eel that lives in Tokyo Bay. A portable electronic game in which you raise a conger. Okay, wow. Never heard of it, I say. Huh, well I guess maybe a lot of people in Japan haven't heard of it yet, but it's all the rage right now with the youngsters in NYC. NYC? Oh, he must be New York City. It's popular in New York, really? Anyway, I did some quick checking and that's what I learned, so last night I bought a whole bunch of them. And once again, you were swindled. Yep. Ouch. Chidi dropping the hard truth. Mr. Yanagishita let out a pathetic whimper. No! Just like that, his confidence evaporates. He starts muttering to himself. I thought it sounded a little fishy, really. Fishy, get it, eel? I mean, think about it. Why would kids in New York be interested in raising eels from Tokyo Bay, he muses. And what appeal would an eel character have anyway? None. That's what. I should have known that. I did know it. Kick. Then why'd you buy them? This farce is getting tiresome. Anyway, Yanagishita continues. It was gonna cost way too much to just keep them in storage, so I'm gonna let the recycling guy take them. He hangs his head in shame. It's a matter of moments. In a matter of moments, he's borderline catatonic. Wait, you guys don't have Anagochis? No, I don't, sorry. I'm not hip like the rest of the people in NYC. Chiri, on the other hand, flashes a big, bright grin. Still, you know, eel's pretty delicious. Oh, Chiri, Yanagishita blurts, thank you. He clasps her hands in gratitude. I wasn't exactly complimenting you there, boss. It's the same thing. There's a little bit of me in each of my products. Anagochi and I are one and the same. A brief Anagochi gameplay clip. Oh my god, this is so funny. Play. Grub. That's so funny that they added this detail. It's all the rage with those zoomers. Damn zoomers. Guess y'all not real New Yorkers. You need Tim's, Yankees cap, and Anagochi. I guess I'm not a real New Yorker. We just say eels and I are one and the same. Go on then. Say something nice about eels. Kitty chimes right in without missing a beat. Eels are awesome. When it comes to eel sushi, 100 pieces barely whets my appetite. You know, these two make quite a pair. That really means a lot to me, Chidi. Thank you. Thank you. I don't understand what any of this is about, but if it helps mend Mr. Yanagishita's wounded spirits, I guess I can't complain. I want eel now. I'm hungry. I leave them to their devices and head for the storeroom. Deadass me. We still don't know what Tama looks like. I wonder, do you guys think we'll find out what Tama looks like by the end of the game? It'd be funny if we don't. The storeroom door opens with a rough grating sound. Okay, now where's the light switch? Uh-oh. I fumble around in the dark, feeling for the switch box. My costume paws mute the sensations in my hands enough that even finding that is difficult. I bat at the wall willy-nilly until eventually the lights come on. Apparently I found the switch even if I didn't feel it. Whoa. What the heck is this? The store is practically overflowing with shoddy goods. A painting that looks like a child's scribblings, an oddly shaped hat bearing the words "Grow 2 inches, guarantee." A cheap-looking pendant with a tag that says it's set with a miracle stone. She's just perma-stuck in cat costume. Wait, really? That'd be so funny. Good, she becomes the cat costume. Oh, the cat fighting with the cockroach. Is she gonna be the fun fighting with the cockroach? I get it now. Oop. Grow 2 inches, guarantee. I see. It's like this is the knockoff boneyard where cheap products go to die. They break away from their pathetic herd, knowing their time has come, and end up in this graveyard of a storeroom. Let's see. Anagochi. 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 I quickly spy the cardboard box I'm looking for. I think I just saw the roach. Then I catch sight of a dark silhouette out of the corner of my eye. Eek! I yelp. Yep. Ew. It's one of them. Black, flat, quick, long antenna, often spotted in kitchens. Sometimes, somehow, their legs wind up in restaurant food. Ew. The size, the speed, the dark shape, it couldn't be anything else. It peers back at me from the shadow of the Anagochi box, the faint light catching the luster of its carapace? Carapace? I don't know how to pronounce that. Carapace. It looks ready to leap out at me at any moment. I need to act fast, challenge it to single combat. I snatch up the cardboard box and make up for... Okay, now we know we can't fight the cockroach. We have to just grab the box and run. I snatch up the cardboard box and make a run for it. Phew, I made it. When I get back to the break room, Mr. Yanagishita is still clutching Chiri's hand, and eel's super tasty when you salt broil it, too. Thank you. But tempura style is probably the best. Thank you. Well, Mr. Yanagishita's spirits have certainly turned around. Me, when I see a roach, just grab and run. Honestly, I'm not super afraid of bugs for the most part. I do, however, not like the bugs that have 1, lots of legs, and 2, move really fast. Millipedes scare the fucking shit out of me. Bug OP. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Okay, I got it. I hold out the big cardboard box. Excellent, thank you. You girls are the greatest, Yanagishita shouts. His voice resounds with gratitude. Hey, that's it. I got an amazing idea. Why don't the 3 of us start our own company, Bad News Bears? They're both just like, X. I'll pass. Chidi and I respond in unison. Man, you 2 shot that one down quick. Well, for today, let's just focus on selling Burning Hammer. By the way, I asked, where is the Burning Hammer? There wasn't any in the storeroom, and I didn't see any here either. Oh, that's right, it's out back on the loading dock. We should probably bring it in. Oh, and bring the Anakochis with you. The recycling guy's gonna be showing up soon. Come on, let's go. Chidi and I follow Yanagishita out to the loading dock. I like this eel man. I like his hair. He's a real clown. But the loading dock, it turns out, is empty. There's no sign of the Burning Hammer anywhere. It's gone, Mr. Yanagishita murmurs. Then his voice rises to a shout. It's gone! All gone! The Burning Hammer! It's all gone! Flying into a panic, he searches frantically from one end of the dock to the other, leaping into the air, even peering down into the cracks. But no matter where he looks, there's nothing for him to find. It was right here a little while ago. Like, right here. Right here. I hear the sound of an engine revving outside. Mr. Yanagishita cries out in alarm. Recycling? We see his truck starting to pull away. Its bed is piled high with cardboard boxes and other sorted trash. Hey, boss? Is that... Yeah, there it is. Mr. Yanagishita begins racing after the truck. My Burning Hammer! His voice cracks as he cries out. Give that back! Give that back! But he's no match for the speeding truck, and the boxes of Burning Hammer vanish before his eyes. Burning Hammer! Come back! Come back! This is a bad end? How do we prevent that, though? Good, get rid of that shit, bro. Save us all future bad ends, I know, right? We've had Kano, like, get sick to Burning Hammer. We've had it happen to Minorikawa. We've had it happen to a lot of characters. Yanagishita's wailing echoes from the surrounding buildings. It's like something out of a movie. What the hell? What's up with that truck? Come on. Who the heck was that? Hey, don't look at me, I reply. Huh, with all those piles of stuff, it looked like the recycling guy. As soon as he says it, revelation dawns on his face. The recycling guy? I can see the color draining from his face. The words recycling guy give me an idea. If it was him, maybe he thought he was picking up the Anagotis by miss. We have to find it! We have to find that truck! This man is absolutely beside himself. Chidi! Tama! You 2 split up and try to track it down. Wait, why do we have to look for it? Again, Chidi and I speak in chorus. If there's no sales demo, there's no money to pay you. And all the work you've done will be for nothing. Right. When he puts it that way, I guess there isn't much of a choice. Somehow or another, we'll have to find that truck. It can't have gotten far, he continues. Now go hunt for it like your life depends on it. Oh, Chidi's me. Chidi and I look at each other and sigh. How do you want us to do this? She asks. Want to search together, or should we split up? Split up. We should split up. Chidi and I go our separate ways, searching for a truck filled with junk. I make my way to Center Guy. Bruh. I'm so focused on searching all over as I walk that I lose track of where I'm going, and I wind up bumping into a man who's hurrying along with his daughter. Teruro and Hana. Oh, okay. And Hana Toyama. They came to Center Guy to eat lunch. Before that, they were at Heaven Publishing in Shibuya 1, Chome. While wandering around distractedly looking for somewhere cheap and tasty, Mr. Toyama bumps right into Tama. Oh, pardon me! I hop back to my feet and go to bow to the man in apology. Oh, they bonk their heads. Ow! He bows at the same time we manage to bonk our heads together. Sorry! Her dad drops to his knees, clutching his head. The girl begins to wander off. Hey, Hana! Mate! The man lurches to his feet and rushes after the girl. She seems like an odd kid, only 10 or so, but strangely cold and distant for her age. Nursing my own sore head, I make it all the way to Shibuya Station, but there's no sign of the truck. I mean, listen, she's in a big fursuit. Like, how badly can her head be hurt? I'll probably never find it just by wandering around randomly. It's already 12:35. The sales demo starts in 25 minutes. I have serious doubts I'll be able to find the truck by then. Arrgh! What should I do? Bonk. Ah, I hit a keep out. Okay. Okay, I want to go back to Achi's story, now that... Okay, then. Okay, you're really that sure about it. Yeah, now that we don't fight the roach anymore, so the roach doesn't fall on, Hitomi's head. Hitomi flashed him a little smile. Man, she's so cute, Achi thought. Death from roach. It's still so funny that it's like she died. She like passed out and died from the roach. Sneaking out from the alley, Achi and Hitomi began to make their way along the side streets back towards Dogenzaka. It was a pretty big detour compared to taking the main thoroughfares, but that would be worth it if it meant they avoided the main man with the cane. I don't like this background. It's very white, so it's hard to read the text. Achi looked over at Hitomi as she walked alongside him. Her face was solemn. He could feel the intensity of her worry for her sister. Well, look who's got himself a cutie! The sudden call startled him. He spun around. Her silhouette in the sky sends me. Yeah. Like she's just looking down on him. It's so funny. Roach used instant kill. Is OP. He's gotta be nerfed. Yo, mean clean over here. Achi spotted a young man up ahead, sneering at him. Ooh, the bad boys. At his side were two others. Achi recognized the lot. SOS. Hitomi let out a nervous squeak. Achi? Don't worry about them. He led her onward, attempting to stride right past the trio. Hey. Whoa now. Are you just gonna ignore me? That's pretty damn rude, especially coming from someone who used to be an old buddy. The three toughs moved to bar Achi's path. Come on, ain't you gonna introduce us? Sorry, man, Achi said. I'm a bit of a hurry over here. He gave them a tepid smile. A big hurry, huh? Where to? Some love hotel. Nice. Some love hotel in Maruyamacho? Too rich, another chimed in. He's a screamer, Achi. Ah! There we go. Nope, not making. Nope. They burst out howling like a gang of monkeys. One of them cackled like a grinning idiot. Achi! Achi felt his anger boil. These guys are in sore need of a major ass kicking, but there's too much at stake. He was just gonna have to suck it up and ignore them for the time being. Be the bigger man. But there's too much at stake. He was just gonna have to suck it up and ignore them for the time being. Gritting his teeth, he tried to slip past him, but the largest of the three grabbed him by the collar. You ran out, man. Susumu is the one who runs this town now. You got no right to keep acting like you're the boss of us. He shoved Achi up against the wall. Says who? Achi asked. Susumu? Say what now? Did Susumu say I've got no right to act like I'm the boss? Bitch, please! Susumu ain't got the time to worry about your sorry ass. Is that so? Achi's fist flashed out, catching the man clean on the jaw. He dropped to the ground with a dull thud. Wow, I really tried to be pacifist. So tell Susumu this. Everyone in Shibuya just needs to play nice and have fun. Achi kept his tone light and jovial, but he eyed the other two toughs like a hawk eyeing its prey. Is he going to be alright? Hitomi murmured. She looked at the man Achi had laid out with some concern. He'll be fine. If that's all it took to knock him out, he's got no right to act all badass. Achi, huh? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. A taller man with an angry gleam in his eyes had appeared atop the steps nearby. He must have turned up during the commotion. He radiated a distinct aura of menace. That's me, Achi replied, and just who are you? For once it was someone he didn't recognize. Name's Yoji Kiryu. Oh, hello? I can't hit tab. I joined up with the SOS after you left. Used to roll with the gang from Ikebukuro until a few months ago, known as the Killer Whale of Bukuro. He answered any and all resistance with his fists. His crazy antics led him to being kicked out of the gang. However, he's lately been hanging around Shibuya. Now I'm Susumu's number 2 guy. The newcomer stared at Achi's face, sizing him up. Our legendary founder, I've heard so much about you. The founder. It had been a long time since anyone called him that. There'd been a bunch of arguing over who would take charge of the new group that was forming to set things straight in Shibuya. At some point, folks had started hailing him as the force behind SOS. But founder, that was just something his buddies called him. He never paid it much heed. Shibuya was a place for fun, not hierarchies. At least in Achi's mind, that's how it ought to be. Like how you busted up some mean old drug dealers, rescued your pals from Yakuza bondage. You're a real hero. Kiryu's tongue flicked from his mouth like a Another type of Yakuza bondage will not be featured in this game. Sorry the Tiflin here got your hope. What the heck? This is so weird. Kiryu's tongue flicked from his mouth like a snake's. Hitomi shuddered. Achi couldn't blame her for being creeped out. But that's all in the past now, isn't it? Kiryu continued. You went modestly on your way. It's up to us now. And we've helped SOS grow by leaps and bounds to help carry your legacy, no matter who stands in our way. That thought didn't sit right with Achi. If aggressive expansion was the name of the gang, then the gang was losing touch with its roots. It wasn't about keeping Shibuya safe and fun anymore. Make SOS bigger, huh? He said. I'm guessing that was Susumu's call as well. Kiryu didn't answer the question. His mouth merely twisted into a knowing sneer. In any event, I think these boys here need a little lesson in manners. The guillotine ought to do the trick. Brah. The other gang members started an alarm. Whoa, hey, calm down, man. Please, anything but the guillotine. Kiryu pointedly ignored their pleas. Whoa, hey, what's the guillotine? Achi asked. Kiryu smirked. The guillotine is the guillotine. With me, worms. Without a glance back, Kiryu strolled away. His 2 underlings followed him unhappily. Achi wondered what lay in store for them, but right now he had more important things to worry about. Come on, let's go. He took Hitomi by the hand and they were back on their way. Oh, Hitomi perked up. That's me. She reached into her pocket and took out her cell phone. Huh? She stared at the screen with consternation. What is it? Achi asked. It's an email. From Mr. Tanaka. Who's Mr. Tanaka? He works with my father. I'm not sure what I should do. Achi remembered the criminal had warned her against contacting her family or the police. She seemed reluctant to even open this message. I'm sure it's fine to just read an email, he said. And besides, he's not the police and he's not your family. Yeah, you're right. Hitomi scanned the message anxiously. It sounds like he's worried about me, she said. Then does he know about the kidnapping? Yes, I know my father trusts him. And he's always been so... Hitomi cut herself short. Still, it was clear It was clear to Atsu that she and this Tanaka person had some sort of close relationship. I wonder if it's safe for me to let him know what the situation is. I think it should be, Atsu told her. I mean, the kidnappers aren't going to know you sent an email, right? He's jealous. Hitomi began typing out a response. Atsu watched over her, wild speculations running through his mind. There was no way a mild-mannered young lady like her could be dating one of her father's coworkers. Was there? Jump point. Unless she was all about fiddling herself or finding herself a sugar daddy. No, he was being ridiculous. Achi banished the thought from his mind. Besides, Hitomi's personal life wasn't the problem right now. The problem was the psycho with the cane and the gun. Something wrong? Hitomi asked. She'd finished sending her email. Oh, no, nothing. Nothing at all. Achi did his best to look nonchalant. It was a good thing she couldn't read his mind. Keep out point? Question mark? Nope. They exited Sendagai and resumed their approach toward Dokanzaka by way of Maruyamacho. Another long detour to decrease their odds of running into the gunman. They made an unlikely pair. Scruffy Achi, limbs lackadaisically, gosh, having a stroke, swinging to hide his embarrassment and brisk, purposefully Hitomi. Achi found himself watching her out of the corner of his eye. He could still feel her anxiety. He wished there was some way he could ease her fears. Hey Hitomi, mind if I ask you something? Sure, go ahead. Okay, so like, I realize this might be kind of a weird question, but put on a serious face. What does the eco and eco-friendly mean? Huh? You know, it's about helping the earth and all, you know, but I don't really know what it means, you know? Hitomi thought for a moment. I'm pretty sure it's short for English word ecology, which is the science of examining the relationship between man and nature. Oh right, science! Pleased with himself, Achi chattered on excitedly. A faint smile crept back into Hitomi's face. Have you ever heard about the clean river here in Shibuya? A clean river in Shibuya? Really? Ask the 100 youngsters outside Shibuya Station the same question, you probably get that same answer 100 times. Yeah, the Shibuya River. You know that drainage canal you saw earlier? Wait, that's the clean river you're talking about? She's a smarty. Nerd. Science. Let's give her a wedgie. By no reasonable definition was the Shibuya River what anyone would call clean. That's the one! Achi grinned at her confusion. See, the river used to be clean a long time ago. I read about it in this old book called Science Strikes Back, XE. A popular monthly magazine abbreviated as SSB, Super Smash Bros. The series had been running for 29 years now, but with the Strike Back appendix, it's still immensely popular with the children. The woman who handles the home deliveries is known as the SSB Lady, and the children wait excitedly on the 25th of each month for her to make her rounds. Super Smash Bros. Lady? That's what I thought. I used to have that book, Hitomi chirped, her eyes widened with excitement. You're talking about that bit with the river that got turned into a song, right? Yeah, that one. You read it too? I did. Achi felt a giddy rush at this unexpected connection they shared. Imagine there was still a clean, beautiful river here in Shibuya. It'd be the perfect place for a romantic stroll. Hitomi looked at Achi. She seemed to share his joy in this idea. Wouldn't it be amazing, Achi said, if that dirty little channel would be clean like it used to be? It would. Maybe as amazing as the look on Hitomi's face right now, Achi thought. Hitomi, tell me some more ecology stuff. Hit me with whatever you've got. She seemed happy to oblige, and so as they walked along, Hitomi explained the bits of knowledge she'd picked up over the years. Achi was quiet, hanging on her every word. Simp. The return to Dokanzaka became an impromptu environmentalism lecture. Hitomi continued until she exhausted her ready knowledge. I just don't get it, Achi grumbled when she paused at last. I mean, why is it a bad thing if the planet gets warmer? Wouldn't that make the winters in places like Hokkaido way easier? No, because you see, if the whole planet gets warmer, it'll cause the whole ecosystem to collapse. Achi racked his brain. And the ecosystem is what again? Is that like a solar system? Images of the cosmos filled his imagination. No, not really, Hitomi said. So it's more like a sound system then. Not really. Oh, but you're saying the problem is with the, what is it again? Carbon dioxide. Yeah, that stuff. I'm gonna have to cut down on that. Sure. That settles it, Achi declared proudly. No more soda for me. Soda? Hitomi asked. Yeah, it's carbonated, right? Hitomi burst out laughing. What? I'm serious. You don't think I can do it? I'm sorry, Hitomi said, catching her breath. It's just... Her face froze. Her mirth abruptly vanished.
Oh no.
Huh? Achi stared at her face in alarm. What is it? Oh, not this fuckface again. He turned his attention in the direction Hitomi was looking. The man with the cane was bearing down on them. Oh, come on! You've got to be kidding me. He grabbed Hitomi's hand and ran. This time he headed for the main road, hoping to get lost in the crowd. Hitomi struggled to keep up. She was exhausted after all their earlier running. You can do it, he told her. The guy's got a cane. We can outrun him. The assassin was still hurrying after them. Once we get around the next corner, we'll be out on the main road. Yeah, okay. She strained to get the words out. Bit by bit, her feet were slowing down. It was another 50 meters or so to the main road. Achi realized that they might get caught before they got there. Sorry, Hitomi said, but I gotta do this. He scooped her up in his arms. Bruh. By the time the squeak had escaped her mouth, Achi was already running full out. What a... He's kind of jacked, dude. Achi, please put me down? Don't worry, you're super light. Achi glanced back and saw the assassin, now far behind, break off his pursuit. But just as they rounded a corner, he heard the man call out to him. Achi almost stopped on reflex. Hold on, did he just shout my name? How the heck does he know my name? I feel like this assassin guy isn't necessarily a bad news. He's not with the people that are handling Hitomi's kidnap, I think, honestly. Quaking with unease, Achi slipped into the crowd. What a Chad. He is a bit of a Chad. Will Sampleton carry me like this? I bet he could. Samp kinda strong. Achi, could you please set me down now? A meek voice pulled him from his panic. Hey? He looked down at the girl in his arms. People in the crowd all around were watching and chuckling. I mean, I'm really happy you saved me and all, but being carried around like this is, Hitomi was blushing beet red, but Achi's expression had gone pale. Achi, wait! Had he really heard that right? Is this what it sounded like? He set Hitomi back on her feet, then used his shirt sleeve to wipe his sweat from his face. Assassin, trying to point a gun at us. Panky, this guy doesn't... Okay, he's still bad news, but what I'm saying is he's separate from the people that kidnapped Maria, okay? I think he's a separate party. You okay, Hitomi-as? When we were running out, did that guy say anything? Not that I heard, no. Huh. Had he just imagined it then? Maybe. Achi wasn't sure he didn't recognize the man. I'll be always happy to sweep you off your feet. Get a room. There's something weird about that guy, though, Hitomi murmured. She furrowed her brow. No matter where we run, he keeps catching up to us. It's almost like he knows where we're going. She was right. Finding a particular pair of people in a place as big as Shibuya bordered on the impossible. And yet somehow the assassin had tracked them down several times now. Yeah, Achi said. It's like he got some way of locating us or something. He got a sudden idea. That's it. What if they're doing the whole tracking thing, but like backwards? Hitomi's eyes widened. Okay, so you know how the police shows always stick a tracking device in the bag with the ransom money? Like that, but backwards. Backwards. Yeah, like instead of putting a tracker on the money, they put it on you. Hitomi frowned. I don't see how I could possibly have a tracker on me, she said. I mean, I'm just wearing my clothes from home. Oh, well, how then is he doing it then? Barely a moment passed from the moment he got the words out of his mouth. Once again, the man with the cane stepped out onto the road ahead of them. These people in Shibuya aren't seeing this guy with a gun. It really did seem as if he'd known exactly where they were going to be. How the hell is this happening to us, Achi groaned. He reached for Hitomi's waist, ready to pick her up again. It's okay, I can run by myself. Achi took her by the hand and said, and they raced into another alley. Man is just trying to talk to them about their car's extended warranty. Maybe. This guy will just not give up. At the far end of the alley, he could see a forklift parked beside a pile of cardboard boxes. Also, how much longer is this chapter? Honestly, I think the next time I see a save, I might stop because one, I'm out of water. Two, my throat hurts so badly. Because, like, I know I talk a lot on stream, but this involves a lot of very active reading. Not just spitting out random words, so it's a little more strain on the throat. Achi decided to throw the boxes, or hop in the forklift and drive it at the assassin. Throw the boxes. Yeet! Urgh! Achi snatched up the nearest box, turned, and threw it at the man with the cane. The box was filled with something heavy. This ought to do some damage. He watched with satisfaction as it struck the assassin in the face and the man staggered sideways. Bonk. Here, have another. One by one, Achi hurled every box in the pile. He's gonna be dead, dude. And one for the road! The last box wasn't properly sealed. It broke open as it struck their pursuer, sending several bottles flying. And another, and one of these. Take that, some of that. They shouted as they crashed onto the street, splashing red liquid. Achi throwing burning hammer. The assassin dropped to one knee, scrubbing at his face with his hand. Oh my god, you're right, it is the burning hammer. Achi looked unsurprised. He couldn't possibly hit that guy that hard. Peering at the man more closely, he saw he was splattered in red liquid. Apparently the stuff in the bottle had gotten in his eye. Oh no. Oh, is it? Now's our chance. Achi took off with Hitomi, leaving their pursuer kneeling in the alley. Okay, I can already see when we do Tamasta, we're gonna have to revisit this moment and not chuck it. Their ragged breathing echoed through the mazes, side streets. All that work just to wind up fleeing for their lives again. Achi ground his teeth in frustration. I don't want to stop in the middle of this sequence, but oh, a jump point. Okay, we'll play until we find the jump point, honestly. Because again, I don't want to stop in the middle of something important, like a sequence. The ragged breathing echoed through the maze of the side streets. All that work just to wind up fleeing for their lives again. Achi ground his teeth in frustration. Minoru Minorikawa is grinding his teeth trying to keep his schedule. Oh, but we can't jump. Okay. Okay, we found the jump point, actually. I think, yeah, I'm probably gonna call it here then. It is 12:45. We're really close to the end of her chapter, though. Fuck it, we're just gonna end. We're gonna play to the end, TBH. I just more need to pee and my throat kind of hurts. I'm so sorry. Hitomi was nonplussed? Sorry, whatever for? I keep saying how I'm going to help you, but instead I just keep putting you in danger. Time for bed, another 15 minutes. To be fair, each of these section chunks are not 15 minutes. They're like 4 minutes each. We'll go for another 10 minutes, probably. Achi, no, if you hadn't been with me, I'm sure I'd already be... No, Achi cut her off before she could finish. Don't go there, please. He sighed, then spoke again more quietly. I just want to help you. Clenching a fist, he looked up at the sky. A tiny sliver of blue was visible through the narrow gap between the buildings. And then the Batman symbol shows. You know, like that poster from Dark Knight Returns? Okay. Hitomi hung her head. Honestly, I can hardly believe how much you've done for me. I do appreciate it, but still, the lengths you've gone to. Achi looked at his feet, then drew himself up. Well, I admit it's not just because of some gut instinct or your love for the environment, he said. There's another reason I'm doing this. There is? Achi paused, searching for the right words. I've got a little sister. Her name's Suzune. She's cute and smart, kind of the exact opposite of me, you know? His voice took an uncharacteristic solemnity. But she's got a weak heart, so she's in the hospital. Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that. But what does that have to do with me wanting to help me? Back when Suzune was first admitted, I'd go and visit her every day. But she... Achi, you don't need to come visit me every day, you know? The quiet hospital room made Suzune's voice all the more frail. What are you talking about? Achi said. You know I'm worried about you. I'll be fine on my own, really. Achi had heard that line before. The more she insisted she was fine, though, the more reluctant he was to leave her. Besides, aren't you the amazing guy who holds Shibuya together? They need you out there. Achi didn't know how to respond to that. Much as it was flattering to think he played some important role, he really was just hanging out and goofing off with his pals. It certainly wasn't anything for his sister to be proud of. Thought he was about to be like, another reason is because I got the hots for you. I know, right? Didn't think we'd be getting sad backstory. I'd rather you spent your energy helping people who didn't need it more than me. What do you mean people who need the help more? Who could possibly need help more than you right now? Achi scratched his head in confusion, and his sister gave him a weak, tiny smile. You'll figure it out, she said. I'm sure they'll find you soon enough. I'm not gonna be here with you. I'll be fine. Suzune's face was pale, but her tone was firm. My big brother is gonna be out there doing his best to help people. That's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me going. Her voice was clear and unwavering, as if to head off his rebuttal. Alright, Achi said with a reluctant sigh. So then I guess, like, I'll just go out there and help people who are in trouble. Satisfied, Suzune smiled. Thank you. And can you promise me one more thing? Of course! Anything you like. He thumped himself on the chest. If you're gonna help someone, make sure you see it all the way through the end, okay? Okay. Okay. No calling it quits partway through, yeah? You got it. I just worry, Suzune said. I know you have a tendency to lose interest in things. Look, don't sweat it. I swear I won't give up on this. Pinky swear. Achi stuck out his pinky finger. But I want you to promise something to me in return. Promise you won't let this thing beat you. Suzune hooked her little finger around her brother's, her sad smile fragile as glass. Aww. So there you have it, Achi said. Kind of a rubbish story, I know, not very funny. So your sister's heart condition, it's pretty bad? Achi nodded. You know, she called me amazing. There's nothing amazing about me. Suzune, she's the amazing one. She's been in the hospital so long, in so much pain, but she never complains. All I do is hang out and goof off with my friends. He gave a shrug. But I just kept thinking about how happy she'd be if I really did help people. It turned out that finding people in need hadn't been all that simple. The only helpful thing Achi had been able to think of was going around picking up trash, and that's why Suzune's idiot brother left SOS to be Shibuya's garbage man. Did your friends know, Hitomi asked, about your sister? I didn't tell them. I didn't want to pin this all on her being sick. I see. At least now Hitomi understands what the fight with local toughs had been about. The sound of approaching footsteps jerked them back to the present. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alleyway. He raised his gun. There was no time to flee. Achi quickly stepped in front of Hitomi. You shoot us here, people are going to come running, he said. I'm guessing you don't want to get pegged for murder. The assassin didn't flinch. Stay out of my way, Achi. This time there was no doubt. The gunman had spoken Achi's name loud and clear. How do you know who I am? The man stared at him through the sights of his gun. She has to die, Achi. It's for your own good. What does he mean? Hitomi whispered. Achi, what is he talking about? Achi's mind was a whirl. Things are coming at him too fast to process. I don't know this guy. Hitomi, please, you have to believe me. But Hitomi took a doubtful step away from Achi. The assassin didn't miss his opening. He quickly aimed at her. Cut the crap, man. What do you mean killing her is for my own good? Once she's dead, you'll understand. The gunman's finger tightened on the trigger. Okay, that's gotta be the end of his chapter for this hour. Yeah. Oh my god, okay, a spicy one is becoming. Anyways, though, I would love to stop and discuss, but my bladder's about to explode, my throat is on fire, and I need more water. So, Mumi gun, literally, actually. Anyways, that is the end of Stream for me for today. But, yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyways, thank you all for coming by and tuning in for we started the third hour of Shibuya Scramble. Exciting stuff. But anyways, as always, next stream is on Tuesday, back with some Splat. So, thank you again for coming by. Have a good rest of your days. I'm gonna go empty my bladder and then get more water so I can refill my bladder. XD. Anyways,
Goodbye, everybody.
Da-da-da.